So during the unboxing of the Draupnir edition, we do see Draupnir, Odin's ring, within the box. But what is Draupnir? What will it do, and how will it incorporate within God of War Ragnarok? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you. So pull up a stump, grab a cup of mead, and let's go over what Draupnir will do in God of War Ragnarok. And before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe buttons like you're ripping off Helios's head. So first off, Draupnir means the dripper when translated to English, and we're going to go over a little bit about this later in the video and what it might actually mean. Now, there are a couple of particular sagas and poems that I'm sure all of you are familiar with that do address Draupnir. Now, the first comes from the Prose Edda, which many of you know as COPPA, in where Thor actually receives his hammer Mjolnir. So, kind of how it goes, Loki was kind of skulking around, kind of, doing what he does, just kind of being a dink and everything, and decided he is going to cause some type of mischief within his realm. So, what's he do? He goes to the wife of Thor, Sif, and cuts off all of her hair while she sleeps. Yeah, I can only imagine that went very well in any case of the situation. Well, obviously Thor found out about this and then grabbed Loki by the scuff of his neck. In many of the translations, grabbed him by the throat and then threatened to break every bone in his body. So, in classic Loki fashion, he does talk himself out of this situation. Loki says that he is going to get the dwarves in Svartalfheim to make Sif a brand new set of hair, and to this, Thor agrees. So Loki hauled his ass all the way to Svartalfheim to talk to the dwarves to make Sif a brand new set of hair. So when he is in Svartalfheim, sets out to see two sets of dwarves that are known for their capabilities, especially when working with blacksmithing. One set of these dwarves are the sons of Invaldi, which created a brand new set of hair for Sif, Skidblanir, the foldable ship for Freyr, and Gungnir, Odin's spear. But while Loki is in Svartalfheim, he wants to cause a little more trouble, especially since, why not, right? So Loki sets off to find the Haldr brothers, Brock and Eitri, which most of us in the God of War universe known as Sindri. And while he's there, he makes a wager with Brock and Sindri. Loki bet his own head that Brock and Sindri could not make better gifts for the gods than the sons of Invaldi, to which Brock and Sindri were more than happy to oblige. Brock and Sindri created Gullinbursti, Freyr's boar, which don't ask me how they did, Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and of course Odin's ring Draupnir. And just to kind of finish the story, Brock and Sindri did win this bet and did win Loki's head. But Loki, being the silver tongue that he is, said that they can only have his head if they do not injure his neck. Which, there is really no way of cutting off a head without injuring the neck. So feeling that they have felt deceived, they sewed Loki's mouth shut. A little aggressive, but yeah, well, So Odin received Draupnir from Brock and Sindri. It reproduces itself 8 times every 9 nights. But Odin will not have this ring forever. So within this story, when Baldur dies at the hands of Loki, Odin at Baldur's funeral placed Draupnir on the funeral pyre for Baldur to take into the afterlife. But lo and behold, Odin and Frigg wanted Baldur to return to the realm of the living. So they sent for Hermod, another god of the Aesir, to go to Helheim to try to convince Hel, the ruler of Helheim, to release Baldur back to the realm of the living. Hel agreed to release Baldur back to the realm of the living if every single thing in the entire realms, all 9 of them, to weep for Baldur's absence, which every single living thing did, except for one Jotun high up in the mountains named Thok, which was presumed to be Loki in disguise. So while Baldur is in Helheim with Hermod, he gave Hermod Draupnir, which was left for him at his funeral pyre to give back to Hermod, to give to Odin, just to see that his voyage was completed, that he did see Balder in the afterlife, and that he tried to bring him back to the realm of the living. So like said before, Draupnir, when translated to English, actually means the dripper. And this kind of means kind of like a slang in the Old Norse or Germanic cultures. Many scholars have agreed that Draupnir is kind of like the soul that is given to a child when he is born. In the Norse and Germanic beliefs, that when a child is born, that their soul is actually in parts, actually 8 of them. So this would translate for Draupnir, every 9 nights, Draupnir would produce 8 pieces of itself, which is the 8 pieces of that child's soul. And it kind of makes sense, 8 nights, 9 months, kind of coincides right there. And to be slightly crude for just a second, Draupnir or the dripper might be Old Norse kind of like slang. So this could be like a woman just about to give birth, which would mean that they were dripping. It's kind of very, very, very crude, but this might connect. Sorry, this is just what I read. But what does this all have to do with God of War? So when the unboxing of the collector's and Jotnar editions of God of War Ragnarok, we do see that Draupnir is a collectible item that is found within the Jotnar edition. And in this clip right here, you can see Ryan Hurst, the voice of Thor in God of War Ragnarok, being very excited about Draupnir, which makes me very excited to see how significant Draupnir might be in God of War Ragnarok.
Next is the legendary Draupnir ring in the Jotnar edition.
Yes, the ring.
My favorite part, yeah. Don't put it on.
Ooh. All right. Look at this.
Yeah, the Draupnir ring is a ring from Norse mythology.
Beautiful.
So just going off how Ryan is so excited to see Draupnir in the Jotnar edition for God of War Ragnarok, this only makes me just excited to see what Draupnir will do in God of War Ragnarok. So this is what I'm thinking, and this is my God of War theory. So it has been confirmed that every single one of the 9 realms in the Norse realm will be able to be explored in God of War Ragnarok, which does not exclude Helheim and even Asgard, and even more likely the Hall of Valhalla, or Valhall, depending if you follow the Norse text and everything like that, because I believe Balder will return. So like I said in many different videos, people that die in the Norse realm, there are many different halls or realms that their soul will go to after their death. In Norse mythology, Balder went to Helheim, but in God of War, this very well might not be the case. Right before Balder died in God of War 2018, God of War 4, whatever you want to call it, Balder was fighting basically to his death against Kratos and Atreus. And right before he died, yes, he tried to kill his mother Freya, but right before he died, he did fight this extremely well fight. So this leads to Balder either being in Valhalla or even in the realm of Helheim. But either way, no matter where we find Balder, he's probably going to be pretty pissed. So what is Kratos and Atreus going to do? Probably kick his ass again. I'm really not sure whether killing a god in a different realm sends him to a different realm or Valhalla, or how that works within the God of War series. But one way or another, I believe that Balder may have Draupnir within his person, whether it's on his hand or maybe in a pocket or whatever it might be. I believe it's kind of going to work like the Ring of Invaldi, maybe even give us some type of status boost. Maybe increase our level of hack silver, Aegir's gold, whatever it might be, because Draupnir does reproduce itself every 9 nights, so maybe that's going to help us with our collectibles or even our currency. And you never know, maybe Draupnir will be some type of bargaining ship that he gave to Balder when he died against Odin. maybe it will be some type of way to get out scot-free from a very, very tight situation. But, of course, you never know with Sony Santa Monica. And here's another thought that kind of just crossed my mind. Since Ryan Hurst is so excited to see Draupnir within the Jotnar edition, maybe Thor is the one that has Draupnir. So let's look at the character art for Thor really quick just to confirm my suspicions. If you look very closely at this hand of Thor, this gold ring right here might be Draupnir. It looks very similar to the one released within the Jotnar edition. But if you also look at the other hand, this is kind of a similar gold ring that may very well be Draupnir, but it also doesn't look like the one in the Jotnar edition. But you never know. You really do not know when it comes to Sony Santa Monica or God of War. That is why I love these guys. You just never know what might be coming around the corner, which keeps us all suspicious and keeps us all just tangled in for the ride ahead. But just so you know, all of these are just theories, and I really want to know, what do you think might happen in God of War Ragnarok, and how will Draupnir affect the story of God of War Ragnarok? Tell me in the comments down below, and let's discuss it. And like said before, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. My name is Shane Static. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.